Hey guys, Matt Gabriel here. I'm back with a very quick video today just talking about expired film. I like to shoot expired film because I like the look it gives and the grain that it gives. But there's a few things that you should know when shooting expired film. So this is a roll of Kodacolor 200 which I expired in 2001, which I got from eBay very cheap, which they have since stopped selling, unfortunately. But I've just finished this roll, taking out the Yashica, and you can see I put some black tape on it. This is because when you are shooting expired film, you want to overexpose a stop. You want to push it a stop for every 10 years that it's expired. So I just was changing over my film and thought maybe I could make a video about this, which I just have this box here of Max Spearman 400, which they don't sell anymore, but it's just like your standard grocery store kind of film, which I just want to test out. And you can see here the expiry date. It's a little bit weird to see, but it expired in March. Sorry, I couldn't remember what 3 was then. March 2001, so similar to the Kodacolor. So it's 2018 now, so 2001 was 17 years ago. I would just say round up, so that means that it expired 20 years ago. So you should expose, this is the fresh roll, you should change the DX coding. Obviously if you're on a manual camera, then you can just change the physical ISO settings on the camera, so you don't have to go through this to this lengths to do it. But on a camera such as the Yashica T4, where it's or the Mu2 or Mu1 or a point and shoot camera with DX coding, you're going to have to actually scratch or stick on black tape for this. So I thought I could just show the process that I'm going to go through when doing this. So if we just get something sharp, all you have to do, this is, for some reason this is the only thing available to me at the moment, which is a clothes peg, a tiny clothes peg that come free with red bubble things. It's a script, but you can use anything that will scratch, really. Not really sure how to go about this, but so we've got our DX coding on the roll of film there, and we want to, so this is the black and the silver dots, if you will. This is the shape that the camera reads to say that this is a ISO 400 roll of film with 24 frames of exposure, so it's a roll of 24 exposures. So we want to keep 24 exposures. It's still going to be a 24 exposure roll, but we want it to think that it's a ISO 200 roll as opposed to ISO 400, because we're exposing 2 stops over, so we want the shutter speed to be longer because of the fact that it is expired by so long. So I'm going to put the diagram up now for you to see how you should do it, but for me, I can just look at this roll which I've just shot, as I know that this is an ISO 200 roll, so I know that that's the arrangement the black lines and silver should look like, and this is the arrangement that it looks like. So that's what we should try, sorry, like this, that's what we should be trying to replicate. So for me, I know that I've got to scratch these black lines off there and then add a black strip there, and I use that by using this little black tape which I bought from Poundland. You get 4 for £1, and I don't know how much when I'm going to use all those up, but that's where I recommend getting it from, or if you can get it cheaper, but don't spend too much money on some black. So I'm just going to go, and there you go, just makes a horrendous sound. I'm sorry about the sound. Oh, I hate it. It just goes straight through you. But see if I can. Maybe isolate this audio. But you can see that I'm just scratching the black off. I want the camera to think this is silver and not black. So yeah, I think this is the lengths that you've got to go to get the black off. Just scratch and scratch. But I'm scratching away. Hopefully it's in focus for you there. But you can see that I'm scratching away. How are we doing for time? On 5 minutes. So, scratching away. I guess whilst I'm doing this, I can put some results of how expired film has turned out for me in the past. Perhaps if you're a vegan, expired film might be a better option for you because it's already been produced, and by using expired film, you're not contributing to the generation of new products, I guess. It's quite sad, but the gelatin used, or not gelatin, but the binding agent used is actually made from horse, so it is quite a sad thing to do. But I don't identify as a vegan, I don't identify as a vegetarian, so I guess I don't have that much issue with it. I don't mind buying new film, but I would say that looks about silver now. And also you can buy expired film if you are on a budget, as expired film tends to be cheaper than normal film. Film is expensive, so getting it expired on eBay for like £9 for 5 rolls can be a really good deal, and that's what I've been done in the past. I'd say that looks about silver, but we might have to do a little bit more scratching just to get it off. But yeah, the direction I want to go with this channel really is I've wanted to do it for a while, but I just don't have the facilities or time to do it in a manner which is like negative feedback or Matt Day or art of photography. But I still want to contribute to the film community through these videos, and so I thought if I just sit down at my desk, then it can be better than just keeping this knowledge to myself. I want to share, I want to help. A channel that I really recommend is, if you're just getting into film or want to know about another channel, King JVPES. I'll put the link in the description, but he is a really good channel for like an upcoming film photographer YouTuber. I really like the work that he does. So now that we've scratched that off, we want to make it look like this, and the way that we can do that is by adding a little strip of black tape. So what I do is get my black tape, and essentially what this does is just trick the camera into thinking that you have a roll of ISO 200 in when you actually don't. And I just pop the black tape across where it should be, like there. That's not perfect, but I think it should just be okay. I can just add a bit more if I want to. Like that, that's probably better. But try and get it, as neat as you can, but it doesn't matter too much as long as the black is there and the silver's there. So you can see that we've changed this roll into a roll of ISO 200 now. So we take the camera and load it up, and the camera will now think that this is a roll of ISO 200 film. Oh, it's not loaded properly. What's going on? There we go. One. And that is my tips for shooting expired film. It's exactly the same now. Just shoot away. Don't worry about. I don't worry about details when you send it off for development. I just get it developed, see what it looks like, and I find that expired film has that kind of retro vintage 80s kind of look that makes that you can look back at photos from that time and see that you want to replicate that look, and this is probably the best way to do it. So I wish you luck in shooting expired film, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.